man, you come straight out of a comic. Yo, good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's up? Oh, appreciate it.
Hey, someone got a little budget for straight out of comic book, boy. That
Yo, who's in the studio? Yeah, right. Turning the knob. You know, they be in the studio like turning the little knob real quick.
I thought your man was. I thought we was in there like, hey yo.
Hey man, I did say that. That is my voice saying straight out of a comic book. So yeah,
bro, all I'm saying, bro, you know I'm about to start DJing, so you know that right there, I might need that. I need.
Hey man, I got you. I'm trying to be like y'all, man. Y'all my inspiration, so I'm trying to keep up.
Nah, that Tupac is certainly on his way back with that joint right there.
I will take that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Straight Out of Comic Book. Happy Saturday, whether it's afternoon or evening time, wherever you are watching this. Appreciate y'all checking it out. We are continuing today the 90s cartoon Mount Rushmore. If you saw the previous episode, that was bracket 1. And y'all saw how chaotic that went. So you already know we're here for part 2, continuing the first I'm gonna ask y'all, what is the tournament called when it first start? Like they got the semifinals. What's the first one called?
Like
preliminaries? Qualifiers?
Yeah, it just depends on how you're doing it. So, NCAA is just like, it's the first bracket of like 64 teams. So it's just like the first round. So it's round 1.
First round 2.
And then normally semifinal or quarterfinals, semifinals, and then it could be, I guess, the conference finals and then the championship like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ken. I'm not gonna remember any of that. So we're gonna go with round 1 and 2, like y'all said. I appreciate that suggestion because I'm gonna fuck all that up. So we're still in round 1 of the 90s cartoon Mount Rushmore. And so for part 2, I wanted to make sure we have a difference of opinion and stuff. And I can't think of some folks that would not give great opinions about these next set of characters other than the folks I see here today. We have comedians. It's all comedians. So y'all know this shit finna get wild. This shit about to get wild, man. We got Brandon Brody, Callie Scott, Keenan Baker, and Darren Big Baby Brand in the building today. I just got to ask, and of course we'll start with Brody and go in the order that y'all see here. How are y'all doing? How's your week been, and how you feeling right here, right now?
Man, I'm feeling great. Will, after hearing about Darren's Ghanaian stories and hearing your straight out of comic book intro, I just feel, happy and very, there's a positive black future. You know what I mean? And, I feel good.
I couldn't agree more. Callie, how about you?
Well, I'm chesty today, so I'm always feeling good.
Chesty.
Pretty much how we just rounded out. I got my first comedy show out here coming up. So if you in LA, y'all come out.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, can I do it? Because I don't do it until I really kind of got your permission, dude. I kind of held back.
I'm always down to share the horns, baby.
That was clean.
Appreciate that. Keenan, man, how about yourself? How you feeling?
Man, everything's great, man. Life's been good, good New Year. Tonight, if y'all in town, if y'all in LA, Bonfire Stories, the best show in LA, straight storytelling. Hey. You know what I'm saying? The audience gets to ask you questions, man. So, come through. So we do once a month, 8 p.m. downtown LA at Dion Studio, LTE Studio.
Oh, wow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Darren, how about yourself, man? How you feeling?
Hey, man, blessed, man. Raising this little boy while he fuck up my house, but I'm blessed, man. Blessed.
Hey, man.
Why are you cracking your knuckles, Darren?
Hey, man.
About to beat his ass.
Hey, man. I feel like he be trying me, bro. I feel like he be trying me. I be like, DJ, don't touch that. He be like, don't touch what?
Lucky duck, elevator go down.
Bro, woo. But nah, man, I'm good, man. Blessed, man.
Man, good to know. Good to know. I'm glad that all of y'all are here. I appreciate y'all taking the time to come out. So, as I said, man, we're doing the 90s cartoon Mount Rushmore. And so just a few rules before we jump into it. So this is going to be a debate. This is a character versus character. So each of our guests are going to get to take their selection of who they're picking and why they're picking it. And so some of the criteria to remember when you're making your pick is, did this character have an impact when it came to the 90s and beyond? What were some of the things that made this character unique? And of course, something that Clint Coley always says, can you tell the story of? When it comes to debating. So can you tell the story of 90s cartoons with or without this character? So always just keep that in mind. If it gets just a little too hectic, I have my gavel here to get things back in order as well. And as always, our favorite speedster, God Flash, is keeping minutes. Don't ask where he's keeping minutes, but he's keeping minutes, just so y'all know. So does anybody have any questions over the rules?
Let's do it.
All right, and just always, and I'm glad that y'all told me that y'all are all doing so well. Please keep that feeling once this episode is over, because I don't want y'all to be upset with me with this ride y'all about to be on. So we are going to go ahead and get into the first group. And Brody, I am going to start you off first. Remember, y'all will vote. And whoever wins will go on to the next round. So here is the first round. Ren and Stimpy versus Ed, and Eddie.
I'm gonna go ahead with Ren and Stimpy. Ed, and Eddie didn't have that much of an impact on me. If we're being like, if we're using that word, Ren and Stimpy for sure did. Ren and Stimpy was like the first like, you can do that in a type of cartoon that I kind of remember, because they'd show what's the name? Stimpy would pull a booger out of his nose, put it on the shelf, and then they would double down on it and then do a close-up where the artist put even more of their skill into decorating Stimpy's said boogers, right? Yep. And I was like, dang, I didn't know you could show boogers. Like, this is a time I didn't know you could show boogers on TV. You know what I'm saying? And so for that, it was unique in that regard because they do those close-up. Cinnamon Toast Crunch Man was just hilarious. Again, things I didn't know you could do on cartoon. He had to hold on to his ass cheeks to fly through the air. I didn't make the cartoon.
I forgot all about that. Wow.
Yeah, I did too.
And then they would double down on his ass cheeks. They'd do another shot, and his ass cheeks would have the shine lines on them and all that. I'm like, yo, you can do these in cartoons?
Insane.
Yeah. And then lastly, can you tell the story? Well, for sure, you cannot tell the story of early, I guess it was early Snick without Ren and Stimpy. It was part of that lineup. They had like Doug, Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, and then they'd show like maybe Are You Afraid of the Dark? So like I think Ren and Stimpy for sure has a solid place. And you can't tell the story of Nickelodeon without Ren and Stimpy.
I agree. All right. So we have Brody's pick. We're gonna move it on to Callie.
I was raised in a Christian household, and Ren and Stimpy was not allowed. And as an adult, like when I went back to go and watch it, it was disgusting and filthy. But I'm not here to tarnish and slander. I'm here to glorify. Amen. Okay, without y'all, Ed, and Eddie, because it was iconic. It literally represented all of the things that was happening in the 90s. The kids was outside all day doing that. We ain't see no parents. We was having a good old time. We was doing stuff. We had friends that was weird. We had girls picking on boys, which was iconic. That was part of my life. Of course, we was bullying dudes. Like it was everything that cartoon. Did he turn his back on me?
He did turn his back on you. I told you it get real in this debate. I was not joking.
What? You know what?
You see these faces down here, right?
All I'm saying is this represented all of our childhood. How are we going to erase the history of 90s cartoons by leaving this out? This was us. We had a stupid friend, a dumb friend. We had lots of friends. Ren and Stimpy, what are they? flea-bitten rodents. Like, please, don't do that. Come on now. We talking about things that represent the 90s, that represent our souls. You got
3 versions of erectile dysfunction.
You're wild.
All right. So
I said
Calvin,
I
you
was
go.
slander.
Hey, you said that. They didn't say that though. They didn't say that.
Gloves are off in the first round. That's what we're doing.
But hey, your opinion is your opinion. You stand tall on it. What the kids say nowadays? You stand on business with your decision that you just made. Did I say that right? Standing on business. Okay,
something like
okay,
that.
yeah. Okay, something like that. Whatever they saying now. Stand on your stuff. That's your vote. Is that you are voting for Ed and Eddie, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So now we got
no hesitation.
And so
she's just saying that because Ren and Stimpy wasn't allowed in her household.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that even as an adult, like, it was filthy. If y'all just want to be nasty, booger eating boys, and
that's very judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about
very sexist too.
Honey.
Yeah. Wow.
Very sexist. All right.
Wow.
All right.
I don't feel seen.
Today's channel, young lady, and my side, that was important.
All right, so look, we gonna keep it pushing, and we're gonna move into Keenan. So now we got one with Ren and Stimpy, one with Ed and Eddie. Keenan, the stage is yours. Who you picking?
Choose wisely.
I'm choosing what I need to choose, and I mean, I think the answer is obvious. It's Ren and Stimpy. You know what's funny? We got to look at it like this: Ren and Stimpy is one of the first few cartoons that literally open up the edginess of cartoons. Like a lot of these cartoons that are edgy now is edgy because of Ren and Stimpy. Whether you're talking about Rick and Morty or anything, Rocko's Modern Life, that were kind of like a little weird and awkward and shit like that. Ren and Stimpy is the grandfather of all that. So I would say that first, and I would be like, I think it depends on what year you was born in as an 80s baby. Like I'm 85, and I feel like Ed and Eddie came at a time to where I was just like, I was kind of aging out a little bit, so I didn't really watch it that much. Ren and Stimpy caught me at such a young age that it had a huge influence on my childhood. Whereas Ed and Eddie, I think I was probably preteen at that point, maybe a teenager, and I'm just like, okay, it's cool, but it wasn't. I wasn't watching it. I just wasn't locked in as much as I was with Ren and Stimpy.
Very, very fair point, sir. Very fair point. So you are going with Ren and Stimpy as your selection.
Yeah, I think even like you said, telling the story of 90s cartoons is like that literally is one of the grandfathers of edgy cartoons. Like they got away with sex on there without having sex. It's crazy. Like literally he was smashing Stimpy. I mean, he's smashing Stimpy with a saw on one episode. And you see it like grooving the butt cheeks. That's wild. And they got away with that. And then you literally go, busting everything. And I'm like,
oh shit, I forgot.
Like,
hey,
bro.
Hey, shit was mad wild, son. Shit was
very wild.
That set that from an edge standpoint to all the cartoons that you like that's edgy now. That's them. They're one of the grandfathers.
Shit was mad wild, son.
Very
wild.
He
smashing him with a saw, yo.
With a saw.
I didn't even think.
And he not lying. I remember that visual. That really happened.
No cap. No
cap. All right, Darren, man. Who you got the stage, man? Who you picking?
Ren and Stimpy, dog. It's really not too much to, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. Till KB said it, bro. Like I didn't really rock with Eddie like that. I think that was a little bit. I might have been trying to, write a little letter. Do you like me? Check yes or no. Get my little girlfriend popping off at that time. I really won't. You know what I'm saying? I was probably making a little tape off the radio. I wasn't really worried about cartoons like that. I was trying to so I creep. You know what I mean? Creeping on the down low. Nobody got to know.
Okay.
Ren and Stimpy, bro. And for every reason they said it, like it was edgy. Like Ren and Stimpy was like almost, am I supposed to be watching this? Like if my mama really watched Ren and Stimpy, she would not have let me watch Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
But she did, but that's the but that's the dopeness about it. You know what I'm saying? Because even think about it now. All the cartoons, even the movies that we watched back in the day, watching them as an adult, those really are adult cartoons. You were just blinded by the colors and the cartoonish shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the wildest adult jokes has been thrown in our face. And Ren and Stimpy was like, that's when we was at that age. We kind of knew a little bit, but we didn't know. And for that, man, it's epic. And plus, Nickelodeon, it's a top It's a top 3 or 4 for Nickelodeon, man.
All right. We got 3 for Ren and Stimpy. We got 1 for Ed and Eddie, and then my pick. I guess it should really be obvious is Ed, and Eddie.
What 90s baby are you?
You just like to be a rebel, bro. You just like to do that shit for no reason.
That's the main thing.
Bro, he really don't mean that shit. He just like to do that shit.
I do. Oh no, I'm gonna tell you. Oh no, I'm gonna explain it why.
It's just
I'm gonna
people
explain it why.
just like the goddamn. Oh, I just go against the grain.
Yeah, but I want to, like I said, I want to know what 90s kid were you? Were you like a late, like were you born in the late 80s or early 90s?
No, it was early 90s. I watched it. I watched this when new episodes came out.
So you were, that's what I'm saying. You being a later 80s to early 90s baby makes sense why you were like Ed, and Eddie more. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
You gonna spin yourself, nigga? What's up?
No, because I got a message and I was trying to figure out what was being said.
I think Grace is trying to join.
You said she's trying to join?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say just tell her to join.
Yeah.
She got the link.
We need help.
Yeah, she got the link.
We need help.
Yeah, but no, to simply put it, like
young ass babies.
Ren and Stimpy was cool, but like a lot of things the cat said, it was like a little too gross for me. And also, I'm a person that likes storyline. Ed, and Eddie had a storyline for me, like cul-de-sac, going outside and playing. All the stuff they used to get into going outside and playing. Some of them episodes is the same shit that me and my friends were doing with the bikes, everything. Them Jawbreakers was crazy as hell. I knew 3 Canker sisters, which was some trailer park white girls that stayed across the tracks and stuff like that. They weren't sisters, but they was always hanging out and they ain't never had no shoes on. So I related more to that show than Ren and Stimpy. For me, I think that they are. Then they had way more iconic characters, man. Nigga, Stump is a fucking art piece in France right now. Ren and Stimpy came and went, tried to bring it back, didn't do too well. I'm not taking away that you can't. You definitely can't tell the story of 90s cartoons without Ren and Stimpy. Got to give it that respect. I do got to give it this impact. But for my choice on this, I had a bigger impact with Ed, and Eddie.
So wait, let me ask you a question then. You say Ren and Stimpy came and went. What happened with Ed, and Eddie? Didn't they go and then that was it?
No, they came back.
They came back?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, they came back.
Not that impactful.
Sounds like y'all need therapy from the trauma from Ren and Stimpy. And we can get y'all the help that you need because it was disgusting. Y'all are talking about children watching animated. It was hentai. What y'all doing?
It wasn't hentai. I tell you that shit.
No, I definitely wasn't that.
It wasn't hentai.
I
know anime.
It definitely ain't that. Yeah,
I know anime. That shit is not hentai. That's not even a slither of hentai, nigga.
Look at the artwork. Just the artwork. Ed, and Eddie looks like it was drawn by Michael J. Fox.
Oh shit, bro!
Wow.
It does.
Man, that's disrespectful.
It's definitely giving special.
Okay, I can't knock that down. Damn it, bro.
And they were low key. They were low key special.
And
I know a few of them kids too, and they went in my class.
Hey, you know what? Now that I think about it, yeah, all of them was
special. Ed, and Eddie. Don't you get it?
They weren't in my class growing up.
Yes, they was very unique. They was very.
That's the new word that the kids are saying nowadays.
Oh man, because Ed was slow. Ed in the middle.
No. Listen, don't try to break it down now. Don't try to break it down now.
Oh, I'm still picking them. Don't get me wrong. I'm still picking them. I don't care. That's still my pick.
Hey man, live it up, man.
That's still my pick, man. But that, like I told you,
I ain't come on here to argue.
Yes.
Hey. I understand, but we know that Ren and Stimpy, of course, is a classic. It's a heavyweight, like Keenan said. It is kind of that battle of if you from the early 1990s to the later 1990s. That's what it stand on. And just for us, unfortunately, we got 3 people who stand on closer to the beginning 90s than we do towards the 98, 99 era.
Can I say something real quick? I want to read a comment, a great comment that somebody said. Mr. Regman 26. I'm sorry, I might be saying your name wrong. He said Ed, and Eddie came out in 99 and has new episodes in 08. It should not be a contender for the 90s impact. So it only had 1 year technically for the 90s, which is why, like I said, I was literally going from middle school to around high school at that time. But it's just like that's what it is. You had 1 year in the 90s, whereas Ren and Stimpy had at least 5 to 7, maybe.
Yeah.
In 99, I was trying to find the booty talk DVDs that my uncle had hidden. In 99, I'm trying to find them. Everybody trying to watch Ed.
Hey man, look, y'all only won by 1 vote, so just keep that in mind. You only won by 1 vote. It wasn't a landslide.
In 99, I was like, hey, passed out. Go to the closet.
Go to the closet. At 3 p.m.? We just got out of school.
What's up?
You ain't gonna have a snack. You ain't gonna get a snack first.
You gotta get it in when you can in 99.
On DVD.
Because you thought everything was going.
Come on, man. 99.
You used that line, didn't you? You used that line.
Man,
hey, we might not be there next year.
Girl, it's about to be the 2000s. What we gonna do? This could be it.
Y2K,
girl.
Y2K was,
girl.
Yeah.
But it's about to be 2000s. What if we don't make it? We ain't gonna get an opportunity. I love you, girl.
Yeah, that's real. But all right, then. So now we're gonna get into the next two. Oh, okay. I think we got Grace coming through now. What's going on, Grace?
So much.
I'm so sorry, guys. I can only be here for a few minutes, but I wanted to chime in.
Well, girl, you hear on you.
Take her out the goddamn.
Well, let's see what your input is on this next one. Our next one's up is Doug Funny versus Tommy Pickles.
Ooh, now here we go.
Okay.
Oh, I got
it. Okay.
Now this is a question.
The Cali Freeze?
Okay.
So, is there anybody who'd like to volunteer to go first? All right, Grace, jump right in. Go ahead then.
God damn, that's crazy.
So we're trying to say which one's better.
Yes. Which one are you picking to go into the next round?
Tommy Pickles. He's the most confident kid at 3 years old. Doug Funny always, like he was shy. He never kind of spoke up for himself, only in his head.
He was insecure. He was insecure.
Tommy Pickles was a leader. Okay. My favorite cartoon was definitely Rugrats. And I think Tommy Pickles went on more adventures in real life than in his head. That's my little input.
That was
okay.
violent.
So, all right, so you choose the Tommy Pickles.
She went crazy. She went crazy.
Keenan, who you got?
Man, this is tough. Even though Tommy Pickles, when he grew up, he got hella awkward looking. You know what I'm saying? He never grew into his head. He looked crazy.
He started looking like Stu.
He
started looking like his dad.
Yeah, he looking like Stu. Yeah.
Hey, you know what Tommy looked? Tommy looked very unique.
Very unique. On the Eddie side of the game, for sure. So
that's funny how cute kids don't turn out cute when they get older.
Don't say that.
Was a cute ass kid.
Don't say that. My son cute as shit. Don't do that.
The pressure's on. But this is tough because, man, I feel like when Doug was out, I was close, maybe not exactly his age, but I was close to his age. And I guess it's like how you guys felt about Ed and Eddie. So it's like I was watching Rugrats 2 at a young age, but I wasn't, of course, that young. But I feel like you related more to Doug because it's like you had that crush. I had my Patty mayonnaise growing up, and that shit shook me, bro. It was scary to try to talk to her because you didn't want to get embarrassed. So it was like, and I had my Skeeter, my homie. Like I had a homie that was like Skeeter. Like all that was like, it's tough because as much as I love Tommy,
Skeeter was black.
And Skeeter's black. Of course he's black.
Yeah.
So it's like,
black.
If you related, I feel like you might have, because I'll be real with you. When it came to Rugrats, my favorite character wasn't even Tommy. It was Phil and Lil, because they got active. They were about that business.
They were.
He gave shit. The twins was about whatever, my nigga.
Hey,
about
Lillian stood on some damn business.
It was the muscle, bro.
It was the muscle. Even their moms was about that shit. So it was
they
like
always had the blicky in the diaper.
Always about it.
They was always ready.
It's right here.
Hey, who won?
Then I would go Susie Carmichael after that. If we being real,
Don't even let go yet. That's saying without even adding Susie, it was already.
So it's like as much as I love Tommy, I'm not discrediting what you said. I think what you said was actually is really good. He was confident. He was like, he's a leader. He was the only one that stood up to Angelica. Angelica was a bully, older. He was like, let's get active then. He was with it. But I felt like at that particular time, I just was more embodied with Doug because I was going through, you know, I guess slight puberty, having girl crushes, being like, damn, man, like, what do I do? Having a friend talking to, like, it was like I related just more to Doug. And that theme song, baby. Like when you got a classic theme
The
song like
original
that.
one, not the Disney one.
Hey,
For
man,
sure, yeah.
hey, not too much on that Disney one. Hey,
Yeah.
not too much on the
But
Disney
yeah,
one.
I'm gonna give the slight, woo, this is tough. Slight edge to Doug. Slight edge to Doug.
Okay. We got one for Tommy, we got one for Doug. Darren, man, you up. Who you picking?
Drumming on a trash can.
Living on the street
Like,
yeah.
come on,
Living
bro.
on my banjo. Yeah.
Come on, man. Hold on now. Like, give me some time to think about this because Doug, like you said, everything about Doug at the time started liking girls. I had me a little patty, or I thought I had, because you can't trust these hoes. I'm just
They
saying,
in middle school, man.
Back then, bro, girls was ruthless, bro. She'll break up with you and go with the homie that sit right beside you, bro. You like, yo.
And we all know Patty ended up with Roger at the end.
Bro,
so.
the dude can't even read. You going with
Roger got it first for sure.
Yeah, come on, man. We already know.
So boom. Doug also gave us like confidence for the corny dude. You know, maybe the dude who didn't have the freshest kick, so you know what I'm saying, whatever they was going through. My boy had the same outfits, you know what I'm saying? Remember the first time they showed his closet? Crazy. Mm-hmm. I mean, 40 vests, t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of like, damn, bro, Doug. You know,
the vests are in now, though. We like that. The vests are in now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Doug was going through shit, bro, and his best friend was black. I do fuck with Doug. But that motherfucker Tommy Pickles, man, he is a leader. He's a leader. He's fearless. He has a gang. Like, Doug got one friend. Tommy got a gang. Like, he can go, he can hit you either way. You know what I'm saying? And he, you know, Tommy, if it was Black Lives Matter, Tommy's marching with us. You know what I'm saying? You fuck with a girl named Susie Carmichael, my nigga. Like, you with the movement. You with the movement. And if we want to go song for song, dude, that's hard. But we can't not what Maya and Mason them did.
You
with
and
the
me
Rugrats.
will always be tight.
You know what I'm saying? No.
Oh no, that's
we didn't go with that one.
Take me there. I want to go there. Take me there. Let's go there. Just take me to.
Oh, you don't know the song?
She was singing the Proud Family.
Oh, you a late 90s baby. You must be a later 90s baby.
What it is and how we used to say.
Hey.
Yeah, she go. Okay, don't try to sing for real.
It's because I was singing Proud Family earlier. That's not fair.
Yeah, don't try to sing for real. So, even though I do rock with Doug heavy, man, just off that theme, that, you know, I felt like Tommy and the Rugrats is kind of tied to Black culture in a way where I think Doug was for everybody, but I really felt like, you know, they had a hip hop soundtrack to the first movie, bro. Like we watched these kids be kids for 6 years before the movie came out. We was watching the movie as like teenagers. That's OD. Like,
yeah,
on an orange VHS tape.
Yeah, I gotta go, Tommy, man. I gotta go. I mean, you can see Rugrat shirts today when people want to throw in a little vintage tee. Y'all, you don't really see much Doug.
Yeah. All right, Darren going with Tommy Pickles, man. And look, I'm following right behind, man. It's Rugrats all day. It ain't no debate, ain't no discussion. Like, Tommy Pickles would be on the Mount Rushmore of Nickelodeon cartoons, man. This dude held the world down pigeon-toed. All right, let new people in the game, man. The fact, that was the first character I ever seen get a sibling. You ain't never seen a character get a new character introduced like that. This nigga got a whole sibling and they made a movie off of it. These motherfuckers got lost in the woods and he got them home. Doug ain't never done no shit like that. You ain't never expect Doug to be fingering Patty Mayonnaise at the party, no matter with the Beats or Quail Man or Mr. Swirly. All right. That's one thing he didn't do was get his swirl on. But I do still fuck with Doug because Skeeter is in there, and we know Skeeter was black. But as far as lasting impact, Doug only got remade on Disney. They just remade another Rugrats in 3D. I don't like it, but they still got an impact to this day. So I got to go Tommy Pickles.
I feel like Tommy had real enemies too, bro. Like, he had real beef.
No, I mean Roger was real beef, dog. Roger was giving Doug that smoke.
He was. Damn, he was.
He was. But I mean, Tommy though, Tommy stood up against adversity. Tommy stood up against being bullied. Cause like, yo, Angelica wasn't nothing to mess with either, though.
Yeah. And he went toe to toe with that bitch. Like, what's up?
Yeah. She was making everybody cry.
Like yeah.
And that man kept his 10 toes down looking at her like, hey, yo, fuck you.
And he took care of his friends. He took care of Chucky. You know, Chucky was a liability.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
He took care. He no matter what happened, Tommy always made sure Chucky was straight. You can't even get that in niggas today for real. Today,
you'll never get your homie to give you that much confidence like Tommy did. This man Tommy was a motivational speaker to Chucky. Really? Chucky would have never done half the shit he did that Tommy would tell. You could do it, Chucky. Don't be scared. You ain't gotta be scared. We here with you, friend.
And he did that shit bow-legged too. Damn.
A pigeon-toed hero. Brody, who you got?
I mean, I've been just going back and forth, man. Hearing everyone's making some great points. Look, this song is really like tying me towards Doug. I don't know if you remember this hit by the Beats, man, but this was Doug. When we talk about standing up, Doug was standing up to his parents because he said he needed Mo allowance. Yes, not more. Mo. That was a look. You ever heard this song?
Yeah.
Yo, this was he was fighting for us, bro. He was fighting for us. I felt like him. I wanted to stand up to my mom and dad and be like, yo, but I was black, so I couldn't do that shit. But he did that, man. And that was a song that was on there. That was like, yo, kids, you can stand up to your parents, man.
But you can't.
You just a kid. But you know what? It's just like I think the thing that leads me over just the most is that Rugrats had real black representation and it felt real. They weren't scared. They didn't have to make like Skeeter or Roger may have both or may not have been green. They made them those colors because they're like, hey, we're not saying anything. What? Oh, maybe he's eating fried chicken. I don't know. But Rugrats made a decision and they didn't coon them out, yo. They just felt like cool black people, you know, like the relatable black people, you know, like their hair was how black people's hair is. They didn't have some other like design on there, you know what I'm saying? Because they would do that on a lot of black cartoons. Like, why is their hair still not black style, you know? So
was Patty Mayonnaise black?
Patty Mayonnaise, I think she was Latina.
The name, possibly. She might have been light skinned.
I can see it, man. I can see Latina though, just because Doug
might be red. Patty was Latina, man. I think Roger was just like the classic redhead, like kind of kid, you know. I do think Skeeter was black.
He was
that was what Roger was. Roger was a redhead. Wow, and he had the freckles.
Yeah. Bro, Roger was a rockabilly. You know the rockabilly dudes, man. They be dressing all old school.
Yeah.
Redhead rockabilly.
She might have been light skinned. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just going to complexion, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the Latino and light skin, hey, it is neck and neck. I ain't gonna front because the blonde hair, either one of them could have.
Oh, Patty was definitely Latino, man. I'm telling you.
But who you going with, Brody?
But I'm gonna have to go with Tommy Pickles, man. He was the Martin Luther King of the kids. You know, he accepted Susie Carmichael in and was like, yo, Angelica, I really ain't fucking with what you doing right now. Susie's my leader, fam. Like if we're talking big kids, I'm rocking with Susie's.
Big facts.
And Angelica was blood, bro. She was blood, and he chose the Black Queen over his own blood, bro.
Yeah.
Tommy was, man, give Tommy Pickles flowers.
Tommy has real agency, you know. He's the real Captain America. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Tommy Pickles
real shit. Yeah.
He was the first Avenger. If we being honest, Tommy Pickles was the first Avenger.
That's how I felt. Yeah, that's how I felt when Keenan described it. Because it's like he don't necessarily got to be your favorite, but if you made him Avengers, it's like, that's Cap. That's Captain.
That's Cap, bro.
Did the twins have two parents?
No. Yeah, she did. Yeah, they did. But
the mom was low key a stud.
Yeah,
But
I thought mom was a little studdish. I thought mom was a little okay.
I think that was our first representation of the beard relationship. Like,
Yeah,
crazy.
we know what she doing, and she just keeping it status quo. But because that it looked like a broke down stew.
I think it was both of them, the dad and the mom.
Chucky daddy was a single father, so they had representation in there.
Yep, and then he married an Asian woman, and then that's when you brought in Kim.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not gonna go because y'all taking out my points.
Oh my bad. I'm so sorry, Kelly. You right. That's not that's my fault. That is my fault. That's my fault. That is my fault.
Bad, Patty. My bad, Patty.
What are you doing?
Callie, you are up. Who are you selecting?
I will not stand for the Angelica slander. First of all, I don't know if y'all have ever been the oldest cousin in the group, but everything the babies do, you get blamed for. So really, I think that there's a little perspective that needs to be revisited here. We are adults now. We need to really think about, really the unfairness that she had. She was the only one who could communicate with the adults and the stupid babies.
Why we calling them stupid?
Yeah, hold on. Why they don't? Wait a minute.
Why we been disrespectful?
They would.
That was her lingo. Yeah.
She said, "Stay over here. Let's do whatever y'all want to do in the playpen." And they was breaking out, doing all kinds of dangerous stuff, unsupervised. No adults was watching them. She had so much responsibility on her.
Wasn't she the one putting them in those predicaments?
Even her doll had no.
She was manipulative.
Yeah,
she was corrupting them. She was telling them to do stuff. Man, she couldn't take care of nothing. Look at her Cynthia doll.
Right.
Cynthia doll was herself stressed out so much that she had ripped the hair out.
The Cynthia doll was on meth. Did you see that thing? That is
yes.
I know
that.
Yeah.
Girl, I ain't know what. I don't know what
that thing was. Woo, child.
Furthermore, I think that Tommy Pickles was a liberator, and I mean, really, he was starting a lot of stuff. But my favorite episode ever was when he was like, "Let's all be naked," and I just thought that was a beautiful moment. And there's nothing in Doug that everybody is just like, man, let's just remember this. Like, Doug was cool. I like Doug, but of course, Tommy. My
boy had to coach Chucky on to get the pamper. He was like, Chucky, come on, man. Let it on, bro.
You gotta let it all the way out.
Everybody else is doing. Remember the twins today is also first. Boom, top of the head.
The riders.
Hey, was like, fuck it. Hey, was like, wait, Lil, why yours look different than ours? I
don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I thought I was one of the guys. Lil, what's that? Where's yours?
Yeah. Like, huh? And just kept it pushing.
And that was all about confidence. Because Chucky, you remember Chucky he won't win it. Chucky was like, come on, man. Y'all got your privates out, man. This ain't right.
Anxiety.
Tommy was like, man, free yourself. Free yourself.
And what'd he do?
Eventually,
Diaper came off.
Yeah.
So, man, look, as much as we love Doug, man, hey, it can't go over the icon that is Tommy Pickles, man. Shout out to Doug. Yes, man. Always shout out to Doug. But, man, Tommy Pickles will be moving on to the next round. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into this next one. So, let's see. We have Wolverine versus Sailor Moon.
Can I go first?
Yes, you can.
Wolverine. Okay. Anybody worried about this Sailor Moon hoe? Anybody worried about her? Wolverine is iconic. Okay. They still haven't got his suit right. He done been in 19 movies. They still ain't got his suit right. And we still go watch it every time. Every dumb one, every great one. The man heals. He's a leader, but he ain't. He's a rebel. You can tell his story 3 different ways. He had a side bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could kill him, but he didn't give a fuck. That's real love. You know what I'm saying? Like, Animadium, Claws. He's people. I would probably say he's probably the most liked X-Men of all X-Men. And if you want to compare him to that puts him top tier Marvel. I mean, he has his own. He's part of a franchise. He has his own franchise. What up, bub? I mean, we know it. The first time we saw it on the screen with Hugh Jackman, we fell in love. I mean, it was horrible, but we didn't know it at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like
This is true.
and Sailor Moon, cool. Like, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know her material over Wolverine.
Okay. All right. Keenan, you next.
I mean, you know I'm an anime guy. You see the Dragon Ball on my head right there.
Mm-hmm.
As Sailor Moon is extremely impactful, but I would say is probably way more impactful for girls for sure. I think Wolverine, and especially from this 90's cartoon, the X-Men cartoon, that theme song. I mean, both of these theme songs are actually kind of dope. But Wolverine is one of the most iconic characters in history of all cartoons or anything. Like, across the board, he's one of the most recognizable faces. You might find some people that be like, "Oh, who's that?" when they see Sailor Moon, they don't know anime like that. Everybody knows who Wolverine is. This version right here, too. This cartoon version right here. The yellow suit is iconic to us growing up. So, I mean, I guess short and sweet, man. Like, I wanted to be Wolverine. I was doing this as a kid. I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That's the nails. You know, that's the.
You was the only one doing that and not doing the fist. You was the
absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm making sure I got them.
I mean,
I went like that. Shing.
So I pretended I made the X.
You know what I did? I like my shit came out slow.
Oh yeah. Nah, that's iconic right there, though.
So we used to do that. We used to put our hands onto your neck like this. Like sometimes the middle one slips, and then we'd do the finger.
We break our forks like this. We do the fork and knife.
Exactly. So from an iconic standpoint, bro, on the Mount Rushmore characters, dog, Sailor Moon, if you an anime head, and I'm an anime head, but I think it leans more towards one gender for most people with Sailor Moon. I think Wolverine is across the board for most people, for the most part. Wolverine.
Yeah. Callie?
I do agree with what you said. I think that Sailor Moon definitely is like a very iconic piece of like 90's cartoons for anime, as far as like introducing like women to anime.
For sure.
And that kind of is sticking me up because I'm like, it was so important for like a lot of the weebs that we have now. Like that was we really needed that little soft introduction, but I can't remember nothing from Sailor Moon. I love Wolverine.
It's like, a beast though.
It's just so good. Like you got to give it to Wolverine. I like Sailor Moon though. I don't. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Follow your heart. It's okay.
It's hard, man. That's because I couldn't even picture that on the same level because I don't know. I never really did the anime. Now I tried to dabble.
There's always. I'm not knocking Habisha. I'm just saying for me, I don't coordinate with it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And plus, I mean, like, you got to who the hell can touch Wolverine iconically, cartoon wise.
From an icon standpoint, but Callie's right. It literally probably introduced majority of the girls that are into anime. And if you talk about power scale wise, they cosmic. They dogs. Like they beast.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Brody, what about yourself, man? What's your vote?
I'm laughing. They saying Brody done ate a whole lunch. Yeah, I did. It is a hard one. I mean, if we're like obviously like it's easy for me to go with Wolverine, right? But if we're looking at like impact, like to be able to bring an entire audience into a cartoon style, like again, like to Callie's point, it's not like women weren't watching cartoons, but they weren't watching anime. They weren't watching anime like that until Sailor Moon, and then that opened their mind up to watch things like Pokemon or things of that nature. Where it's like anime was a understood thing by the female demographic. Unique. I would say Sailor Moon was more unique. We'd already seen the classic comic book cartoons, but to see a female protagonist in an action anime, a female driven, you couldn't do female driven shows, there was no real female driven shows if you really think about it. Can you tell the story of 90s cartoons without Sailor Moon? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So in that category, you can absolutely tell the story. But as far as it having a bigger impact and being unique, I gotta go with Sailor Moon.
Okay.
Solid reasons.
Did you watch it though, Brody?
Hell no. I mean, I know the theme song. He is the one named Sailor Moon.
Fighting evil by moonlight. That's all I got.
Yeah.
The song fucking slaps.
It does. It's iconic for sure.
But then
you didn't even watch it, Brody.
Even harder. The that shit hits. That's one of the hardest cartoon songs ever.
Yeah.
Will, did this go?
Again, I didn't watch
it, man.
I didn't watch
it.
His vote is invalid. By the nigga didn't even watch it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what he explains from here on out.
Mount Rushmore. I'm not being selfish. Like, I'm being honest. I didn't watch. I probably seen 3.5.
You gotta at least watch what you vote for, bro.
Nah, you don't have to watch it. No, I know what it is. Like,
he said the chorus was enough.
I know the theme song. I've seen another episode of Sailor Moon. It's one of those shows I used to watch while I was eating breakfast, but I wasn't really watching it. It was just on in the background. Like, I treated Sailor Moon like the radio. You feel me? I was doing other shit while Sailor Moon was on. I was like, why is this? Was this nigga Vega?
Nah. He was trying to get the women. He was trying to get the women on his side. He was like, "Let me get the women real quick. Let me see how."
This man that always be messing with the girls.
That nigga said, "Did you watch it?" No. What?
He was like, "How do I get the women on my side? Let me go Sailor Moon, nigga. You didn't even watch the show, bro."
No, I didn't watch it, but that doesn't mean that I don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all met Donald Trump?
That's the Lord. No. That's the Lord.
What?
But you know about him.
That's a terrible example.
That was horrible. Man. All right, bro. Yeah. Brody, man, as much as I can understand where you're coming from, man, I also got to go Wolverine. As you said, though, like, these are two people on two different paths that probably have but probably have almost equal the same impact, depending on who's looking at it. Where Wolverine exceeds Sailor Moon, though, is hers is more, it hasn't impacted everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go around the world and you say Wolverine, they're gonna know who Wolverine is. And that's just really what it is at the end of the day. And it really started from this cartoon character. Wasn't nobody fucking with Wolverine until we watched 97, and we was like, "Hey, bro, I fuck with this dude." And he stole Cyclops' chick. And don't nobody like Cyclops.
Bruh, Wolverine was so big, they made a movie with his real name.
Yes. And that's by far one of the best ones he got.
For sure.
Can I change my vote?
Nah.
Inside, I like that first Wolverine movie. Yeah.
Nah, I'm sorry.
I'm one of the few people that like the original Wolverine movie. I liked it actually.
Oh, Origins?
Yeah, it's terrible.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Talking about the China one?
Yeah, his Chinese Adventure.
No. He's talking
that's
about
the second one.
No, that's the second one. That's the Wolverine. That's the one with the Silver Samurai. We talking about the origin one, the one that had the first.
We had to fight Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was cold though. Sabretooth was KO, bro. Woo.
I was saying it wasn't great, but it wasn't like as terrible as people be trying.
You know what? We might have been too young. We might need to revisit that one. That might be a revisit because we might have been too young to understand the Wolverine.
What, the second one?
Yeah, the second one.
No, we were old enough.
We old enough. We got it.
No go back.
We got it.
I was trying to give it anything.
No, we understood it. It's like the Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's like, yeah, we got it. We know what happened. Yeah. All right, man. So let's go ahead and keep it pushing and going on to this next round. As we know, Wolverine is moving on into the second round of this tournament. So our next set up, Rocco versus TJ from Recess.
Ooh, hey, man. So I think this is. Can I go?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
All right. So I think this is another example of what your age is, because I think Rocco's my life. That's what I'm going with. For me, TJ and Recess in general, I caught a little bit of the beginning, but I wasn't locked in. Rocco's Modern Life, bro. My mom for years used to call women heifers, right? That was her word. Heifer, shut up, heifer, heifer, get this heifer up out of here. I didn't even know what it meant. And then I was watching Rocco's About Her Life, and my mom was like, "Is that character named Heifer?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What does that mean?" I always hear you say it's like it means fat cow. And I remember I was like, that's oh shit. Like I finally put it together. But it's tough for me to say because I will say more people in general will say Recess in general is iconic. For me personally, Rocco's Modern Life, I was more locked into than Recess. But I do think from a standpoint, Recess is going to probably get the win in a vote because it's more people's childhood in the mid to late 90s for them. They're locked into Recess. So for me personally, Rocco's Modern Life.
Okay. Darren, would you? In fact, no, Callie, what is your pick?
You seen my face was contemplating. You saw it.
All right, then we'll jump back to there. We'll jump back to Darren. Then you smile like you was ready to go.
I agree with everything KB said about Rocco. I really do. But impactful wise, Recess, it just runs circles around it. I think Rocco Modern Life was a specific cartoon for a specific group of people. Almost the same as like Ren and Stimpy-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like those type of cartoons had a specific audience, like your Beavis and Butthead. Like they was big, but it had to be a specific kind of thing you was looking for. I feel like Rocco fell into that. I really rock with Rocco, but that Recess, man, because the one thing about the cartoon Recess, it brought it back how important Recess really was to us. Like the actual action of Recess, like how you would be in class, like, my God, when is it? 1 o'clock. Kickball is on my mind. The monkey bars is on my mind. The tire is on my mind. Like, and you know, the adventures, the friendship, the things they went through. Like, they did a lot in Recess that's like not really feasible, but we believed it. You know what I'm saying? So impactful wise, I gotta go TJ, man. And he was a leader, bro. He was with the shits. He was a fearless leader too. Fearless.
All right, so we got one for Rocco, one for TJ. Brody, what's your pick?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Keenan in regards of like just Recess was like I was just a little like an age, maybe like a year or two older than Recess. Like I wasn't, but I liked I did like TJ. Like everyone had that white friend like TJ. You know, he was just like he was the homie. You know, he was like, oh, we going to TJ's house. White TJ. Oh yeah, he's cool as fuck. You know, like everyone like that. That's the conversation you have. Like I'm sure TJ went on to he probably I wouldn't be surprised he was like quarterback for his high school football team. You know what I'm saying? It was just a cool dude. Always had you know just dope parties when his parents were out of town type shit. You know, keg stands were normal. Rocco and the heifer point was a big. When I found out that heifer was a bad word, I think I was more locked in to Rocco's Modern Life. Something about it though always felt like it wasn't for me. Kind of like when you watch like something on BBC, it's like okay, like we get it, but this joint feels. I mean, it wasn't Australian. He's a what was it, a wombat, right? Yeah. And yeah, just something about it always felt like this doesn't feel like American programming. Like it just felt different. It didn't feel like it completely aligned. I don't know, something about it. So I'm gonna go with TJ Recess, man.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the same thing. I'm TJ, man. Just like how they say it in the comments, Lito's Way and Big Beck, man. TJ is an older Tommy Pickles. Like that's Tommy Pickles' cousin. Like, yeah. I love Rocco, but I'm also I kind of lean towards what Brody said. Like I enjoy watching Rocco, but I always kind of felt like what was going on kind of went over my head a little bit. Like I didn't really know almost like what some of the episodes were about and what they were doing. So it kind of felt like an overseas type of humor that I just wasn't catching. But the drawing style and everything that was in there, like you said, the whole heifer thing, because my mom used to say the same stuff and then find out it's like, oh, that's what a heifer is? Just it made you want to watch it. And then, but what threw me off was them two toes that I didn't know if he was like, if Rocco was fucking his wife or what, or she was trying to like get this nigga to her room and shit like that. It was just very confusing shit as opposed to like Recess. Like, man, TJ just held it down for all his people. Like this nigga took over King Bob's whole hierarchy and was running the shit and had to learn like, hey, yo, this ain't my life. This just ain't my life. So I'm going with TJ on this one. Callie, are you ready?
Yeah. I think like my main issue right now is animation style. I really feel like Rocko's Modern Life had just like this iconic, like true 90s like nostalgia and feel to it that like Recess, it was kind of like this hybrid of like, like the 2000, but everything you said was correct as far as like, I don't know. I just feel like looking at them, like if I was like, I'm getting a 90s t-shirt, I'm getting a Rocko's Modern Life t-shirt, not a Recess one.
I don't disagree on that part. Rocko, yeah.
That's a really tough. I mean, but as far as like who should be on the mountain, I guess it's TJ.
Okay. So is TJ your final selection?
Yeah.
All right. You did not seem too confident in your
But it had to be made.
And all.
She's like, I wear his shirt. If that matters.
What? I was like, what is she talking about? No, pig.
I get it though. I get it.
It's over. You still thinking about it.
Like, did I do the right thing? Hey, if that's what you're running with.
TJ had a whole gang of diversity of niggas he fuck with every day. They never folded, bro. They never folded. They stayed down as a unit.
Yeah, they did. Even when they thought what's his face, a little geek was about to move and shit.
Yeah,
he was
man.
Like, yo,
yeah.
That was a fire episode. But all right, so
they had my black boy in the jersey, kind of racist, but it was cool.
Yeah, he been in cartoons his whole life. That's a real actor.
His whole life.
Yeah. He was the BK kid. He was in another show. Like, yo, that's the first cartoon actor
he's in the multiverse, bro. He was an Arthur. He was in everything, bro. I've seen him, bro. Yo. It's a post I want to do a green screen on, bro. The black cartoon character from like 88 to 06 has all been the same nigga.
Yep, that man is a Samuel Jackson, the black cartoon. But all right, so let's go ahead and move on to our next one. This one's going to be a little tricky. I'm curious to see what y'all pick is going to be. It's not that.
Yeah, that was tricky.
Yeah, that was very tricky. Peter Griffin versus Kenny McCormick. Oh, okay. Callie first. Go ahead, there, Callie.
We are talking about 90s cartoons. We're really talking about things that were from our childhood. Y'all like to pick up like cartoons that had to do with adultness. And these two are both pretty adult. But like, let's be honest. The shit that they were doing on South Park was out of pocket and out of line. This is ridiculous that this is even a debate. It should not even be allowed. There's no way that we're putting Kenny on Mount Rushmore. Y'all gotta grow up.
So you going with Peter Griffin because
absolutely. Like, first of all, it has like hurt humor. Like if anybody's getting hurt, kids love that. Peter was always getting beat up, knocked out, tripped on, stepped on, trampled over. Like, come on, man.
Kenny was getting killed every episode.
Here's the thing, right? Murder is not for kids. That didn't make me happy as a kid. I did not like that show when I snuck and watched it.
But you went to church. You was a church kid. That's why, man. No violence for you. We about that violence, damn it.
Right. All right. So, Callie, you go. So you're going with Peter Griffin for your choice.
I'm going with Peter. And there was just so many. He was the head of the family. Like, he didn't know what he was doing, but he was just trying to figure it out. He was us. That's us.
Okay. So, all right. Go ahead, Kim.
This is tough because I don't think this is fair. This is not, because we talk about 90s cartoon Mount Rushmore, right? First, I thought we were picking just actual cartoons. But when it comes to characters, if you put Cartman there, Cartman will give Peter a run for his money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily, it's hard for, I'm with Callie. It's hard for me to pick Kenny and Kenny was impactful when I was a kid. In middle school, South Park was on fire. Like, it was like the show, to be honest with you. But everybody at my school had a Cartman shirt, not a Kenny shirt. Everybody had a Cartman shirt. So I would have to lean towards Peter in this one too, just to keep it short.
Okay. I'll go. I will say I'm stuck between it because Keenan, for you, mine was a little different. It was the reverse. Like Cartman for us didn't get bigger until like later into the 2000s. For us, it was Kenny. And I guess that is really just because we were prone to violence. Like, yo, you couldn't wait to see what happened to Kenny next. Like, I had a Kenny shirt. Like, it wasn't like Cartman didn't get bigger to me till like I got older, and then I understand. I'm like, oh, I see why it is now. Cartman really is kind of the whole show. But as you said, and that's why Cartman had moved on to the next round in the previous episode as well, just so you know. But yeah, for this one, like I got to say, Peter Griffin, just the guy is iconic. The man is killing it in Fortnite right now. So it's just like impact. You can't tell the story of you can't really tell the story of cartoons and not mention Family Guy. So mine just like to keep it short, is Peter Griffin.
Is Peter Griffin? Hold on, let me say this real quick. Is this a fair shake? Because Family Guy came out in '99.
Yeah.
So it's like that's another thing too. Is it's like
technically they say it still is a 90s cartoon because it started on there, and the impact that it did have in the first season to be able to keep going, especially that switch that happened in 2000. A lot of stuff happened and flipped in 2000 as far as cartoon styles, which is another reason why it got canceled and then had to come back. So, yeah, for in those times, that's why they still consider it to be one. Oh, but Darren, you said you want to go next?
I'm going Peter Griffin. Two things. And then number two, fighting. No, also the fact that Family Guy, anybody could get it. It doesn't matter who you are. Black, white, race, weight, height, gender, anybody could get it. And then the other part is fighting that chicken, man. That is some of the best fight choreography I've ever seen in my life, man. And I could watch it. I mean, I've literally hit them clips on YouTube and rolled up and watched them things straight through and be crying laughing, bro. So, I mean, it's Peter Griffin for me, man.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
That's my favorite shit. All right, Brody, man, who you got?
Bring the chaos.
Man, it's a hard one. Kenny, made such an impact because you never seen just a kid get killed on a cartoon and then them shout a phrase, "Oh my God, they killed Kenny, you bastards!" Yeah. Like that was, if you weren't saying that in the 90s, what were you saying? The other thing about Kenny was he was unique in the regards like his voice was talking like this and he was cussing, he was saying all types of shit like this, and like sometimes they would get away with stuff. They say, "Man, these motherfuckers all over this. Yeah, I ain't fucking with these niggas right here." Like he'd say things under his hoodie, and that's unique as hell. That's very, very unique. Can you tell the story, man? You can't tell the story of because it was on Comedy Central. Maybe you don't have to tell the story of Kenny. But if we're being kind of meta with it, Kenny basically reset the world. He created a time machine. If you keeping up with the South Park vaccine specials and all that stuff, Kenny saved the world. And Kenny saved the world in the movie.
Oh yeah, in the movie he showed it. Yeah.
So it's like if we're talking about who saved society, it's gonna be Kenny McCormick.
We're talking about who goes on the Mount Rushmore. That's who.
Exactly. People that made an impact to society. Like he saved the world. Kenny saved the world twice.
That's true. That is true.
Hey, Brody, did you watch Family Guy?
No. Also, did you watch South Park?
For the record, I have seen every single episode of Family Guy and every single episode of South Park. I've seen all 6 chicken fights. I saw when the chicken had his wife involved with Peter, and the chicken were actually friends for a little bit, man. They made up. They had a good time. I've seen every episode of South Park. But y'all haven't. Have y'all watched the latest one? Have y'all watched Not Suitable for Children, where Randy gets an OnlyFans?
No.
Brilliant.
No, I haven't.
Fantastic television.
All right. Well, hey, I'll say this though. At least we do know, like I said from the previous episode, one of those characters are moving on. Unfortunately, it's not going to be.
Oh my Kenny. God, you killed Kenny, you bastard.
And see, but that's kind of, unfortunately, like that's going to be iconic. But to Keenan's point, it lasting in a certain amount of time because it's like, yo, we don't do that anymore now. It's kind of just like, okay, it is about Cartman. So it's just like,
Last thing, I mean, this is actually a Kenny point. Master P and Lil Romeo had a song about Kenny. Kenny's dead. My nigga Kenny ride tonight. Oh, Kenny nigga died tonight. So,
all right, y'all. We only got three more to go in this first round. So, as we know, Peter Griffin is moving on to the next one. I am curious to see what y'all decision is on this this next selection. I think this one is a little more even. SpongeBob versus Pikachu. Ain't no old shit here either. I know all y'all watch SpongeBob. I know all y'all done watch some Pikachu.
Now this is going to be another point here with this. SpongeBob is the same thing. He came in late 90s, like pretty late 90s, like 99. So Pikachu, bruh, I guess it's people they go back and forth between Pokemon even being an anime. But you talk about visually, that's just tough. Shit, visually, they both very iconic. Damn. Dog.
And SpongeBob only needed one season to lay that impact out.
Hey man, I'm gonna kind of throw this in the air because I know for impact it's tough. I'm gonna throw it in the air. I'm gonna go Pikachu. He gave the 90s. He actually had a 90s run. You know, SpongeBob didn't have a 90s run, dog. He came in the fourth quarter. You know, everybody tired. He got a little layup in. Cool. He get some points in there. But Pikachu was holding like the 90s down. I almost didn't graduate, you know, from like middle school and stuff like that when the games were coming out because I had my Game Boy Color in class and my grades were dropping. So I'm a lean towards Pikachu, but I get if you're gonna give him that 99 run, I get SpongeBob, dog, because he's iconic.
All right. Let me get Darren's real quick because I know Darren does have to dip because I know you got to get to a comedy event. So Darren, go ahead and go. What is your pick between SpongeBob and Pikachu?
If you want to go in the whole grand scheme of things, yes, SpongeBob is this oversaturated. I mean, I never got it. To be honest, I never got it. The craziness about it, I never got it. It's cool, but it's like I don't know if it came in when I was just too grown. I don't know. But Pikachu, I don't know. Pikachu was my dog, man. Pika. I don't know. That was kind of Pokemon was crazy. I mean, Pokemon was wild, bro. Like they even had grown people searching for Pokemon like in parks and shit. Like we talk about years later, bro. Like that's some OD shit. I don't think I remember. Like it was 30-year-olds. Like I'm about to go get some Pokemon. Like you gotta give respect where respect is due, my nigga. Like, that is so wild.
Niggas was crashing their cars because they were trying to catch.
Bro.
Yeah.
Didn't somebody walk off a cliff trying to catch one?
My niggas was risking the airborne COVID disease to get Pokemon, bro.
They had to tell niggas in certain areas they had signs up like, "Hey, there's no Machamps here."
You gotta respect it, bro. You gotta. I mean, Pokemon had the movies. It had a series, bro. I done see Pikachu get his ass beat so many times. It's like he never won. It always took so much for him to win, but his impact on Smash Brothers, the video game community, Pokemon in the video game, man. Like, I want to give SpongeBob his respect, but I to me that's more of a 2000. I wasn't really fucking with it, but I did. You know, what's that? Pokemon? I did fuck with it.
Yeah,
Pokemon. All
right.
Pokemon. Pikachu.
All right. It's a no-brainer for me. It's Pikachu too as well.
Yeah.
On the movie when Ash died and Pikachu cried,
Come on, man.
That was it. Yeah. When he Pika and them tears came out, that was it. That man had every Pokemon
because he got killed by the cat thing, right? The little cat slender thing.
Yep, Mewtwo.
Yep.
Fucked him up. Yo, that's when you knew, like, yo, it's Pikachu all day. I think like how y'all said, even though it did make an impact in 99 when it came out, like I said, it leads to the 2000s, even as though they still consider it a 90s cartoon. In the 2000s where it took, but you just, bro, you're not outdoing Pikachu, man. There ain't no stadiums and fucking big ass stores open for SpongeBob, but they got them for Pokemon and Pikachu. So that's I'm going with Pikachu as well. Brody, who you got?
Yeah, Pikachu all day, man. I mean, for real, impact. I mean, like y'all said it. I mean, he's in video games. I mean, Pikachu just like he's. I mean, come on, he's in rap lyrics, bro. You know, what's that song? Like
yelling like Pikachu.
Yeah. He's in songs. You know, Pikachu. Smash Brothers is a very hard contender. If you see someone that's nice with Pikachu, you're like, oh shit, you got to sit up in your chair. You might even stand up and play.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I mean, the man, he's gotten so far with just saying his name. You know, we understand him. He didn't need all the words that SpongeBob said. The man just said Pika, Pika, Pika. If you know, depending on what kind of mood he was in, and then to double down on him, you know, they allowed Ryan Reynolds, Detective Pikachu. Wasn't the worst movie in the world. Wasn't the worst. I didn't need my Pikachu to have a voice, but it just shows like there's different. Like they've got a whole series outside of Pikachu called Detective Pikachu, where he has a job, where he's employed.
Yep.
All right. So Pikachu walked so Groot could run.
Facts. Yep. Groot wouldn't be shit if it wasn't for Pikachu.
Groot is just a character that want to be a Pokemon so bad. Just so bad.
So bad. I just keep dying, growing branches.
And I only got one word I say, and y'all understand all of it. Callie.
Really like SpongeBob. I just feel like there's so many. I got just Pikachu. Like logically Pikachu, but like really, like SpongeBob.
Go on. Hey, look.
When I told you they had them grown niggas out there with that app.
Once you said that, it was like
that's what got you.
That just.
I'm talking about. I know niggas who are drug dealers. Where you going, man? I'm about to go see if I get me some what?
It's just like, but you could watch. But SpongeBob is such a feel good, like. Go ahead. Damn. It's okay.
It's okay.
Look at him. Look at him. SpongeBob look unique. Pikachu. Pikachu cute. You know what I mean, bro? Like, he throwing up a little gang sign. Look how he posted. Like, what's up? You know what I mean?
Right.
And there was no hole in Pikachu. Like he even though he might have been getting some L's, he fought everybody.
Yeah.
Bro.
Pikachu was
no matter what size, no matter what power. Yeah, he was solid.
He was on the floor twitching in pain.
And still trying to get up.
He fought a Gyarados.
Charizard and went at it.
Yeah.
It got his ass rocked. Charizard told his ass.
Nobody else seems to be torn about that decision, but okay.
Nah. Because I think too. Nah. To Keenan's point though, like it for the 90s, like I said, it was dope, but it is again they considered a 90s cartoon, but his stuff didn't take off till the 2000s. So we putting him on a mountain. He'll be on a mountain on one of these. But as far as the 90s go, like he said, that 99 run, although impactful, still not enough to take away from like something like a Pikachu. So like I said, we got two more. Dan, I know you got a dip, so like whatever you want to, by all means and stuff. If you want to stay for this next one, you can. But yeah, whenever you want to pop out, it's all good. Our next one. Animaniacs versus DuckTales.
Shit. I can't leave. Leave.
Darren, would you like to go first?
Wait. You know what? I might be a bitch and leave because I don't want to choose. and you like wrong now. You gotta choose now. I just feel like that's the best thing to do, man. Internet tripping the shit.
Yeah, right.
Damn.
Use my hotspot. Yeah, I'll send you my.
Animaniacs. Wow. We don't even know who are they descendants of. We don't even know. It just came out of nowhere. We accepted them with open arms. DuckTales. It's kind of, I mean, you're really going to get siblings, right? Because Huey, Dewey, and Louie, I mean, all right, boom, fuck it. I'm going to say DuckTales, and the reason why, and I'm going to get out of here. 90s t-shirts put DuckTales in hood-ass clothes and sold them shits. If you want to talk about impact. They had Uncle Scrooge with the dollar bills.
Had all the rings on.
With the rings on. I mean that's tough. If you wanna get real, the DuckTales been part. I remember when they started putting on Tweety Bird and the baggy jeans, they did that to the DuckTales. So DuckTales has always been tied to the black culture. I'm gonna go DuckTales.
All right, they're going with
but my favorite episode of Animaniacs was the yearbook episode when that dude was in the background of every picture that whoever got the most pictures. Y'all remember
that? Fire episode.
That's my favorite episode of Animaniacs of all time.
That's a fire ass episode there, bro. Appreciate you popping up on here, man.
Already.
Like I said, we'll definitely have you back on here to continue the 90s cartoons, man.
Already.
Yeah, sir, I'd like to hop in.
Why do you keep treating this like this is a CNN interview? Why do you keep leaning up to the mic like
I'm trying to hang up, but I want to hear what Brody got to say.
Okay, so look, I gotta say, it's a very hard choice, but I'm gonna go with Animaniacs, and my reason is because
I'm all right, man.
They hold on, wait.
He's all right. I'm done.
My reason is because they retconned the whole thing. They made a WB Tower. Whenever you pass by it after that, you're like, yo, the Animaniacs live in there. Like, we could see that. We're in LA, so we can walk. Like, I know y'all think about that every time y'all see the WB Tower. There's nothing else you think about. You don't think that's a water tower. You think in your mind, you think like the Animaniacs are in there. We believe the Animaniacs are in there. All right. And then the other thing about Animaniacs, man, you wouldn't know all the countries of the world if it weren't for this jump. You know this jump.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic, Dominican, Cuba.
Like, you wouldn't know your countries if Yakko didn't jump in front of that globe and start saying Paraguay, Ghana, Nigeria, Lagos. You wouldn't know these countries. You really wouldn't. Who else spent that much time dedicating time to tell y'all every single country in the world? Huh? Not no teacher. Not no teacher.
Yeah,
I'm saying, what parent, what family member sat down and said, I'm going to go through every single country in the world with you? That would have been Yakko.
All right, so you going Animaniacs, right?
Animaniacs all day.
All right, I hear what you're saying on that, sir. Here's my counter. Might solve a mystery.
Oh, we got history, DuckTales.
Come on, man, bro. You can't look. I love Animaniacs.
Oh, shit.
Come on, bro. Exactly.
Caught up in the moment.
You're still singing the song.
I got caught up in the moment, man. You could have played Paraguay, Uruguay, Salvia. I'd still jump in that joint too.
Danger. Come on, man. Episodes 5.
And the DuckTales video games were so good, man. The DuckTales video games were so good.
Everybody wanted a pool of coins to jump in when they grew up. I still do. I know it's not realistic, but I still want it. Everybody wanted that, man. Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Man, even when the little girl came in and was adding her flavor. DuckTales all the way over Animaniacs for me, man. So, and I know Darren said DuckTales, so we got 2 DuckTales, 1 Animaniacs. Callie, would you like to go next?
Yes. I think that when you think about 90s cartoons and just like waking up in the morning getting your cereal, DuckTales is on. Like, I love me some Animaniacs. They was wrecking everything. It's a good, destructive time.
Oh, now you like violence. Okay. Go ahead.
He got you on that one. He's like, oh, that's the violence you like. Okay.
Yeah, wholesome violence. Okay. There's a lot.
Wholesome violence.
The DuckTales, like I mean, even the style of the cartoons, like it speaks. Now, wait, I have a question for you because we said characters, and now we have squads.
Yeah.
Well, yes, yeah, because this is a group, and I don't think it would be fair for like to put them just as one with these particular groups as when we were putting this together. So they were saying like if we put this together, like Wacko don't come out at nobody ever like highlighted these except outside of Scrooge McDuck, but you never highlighted Wacko, Yakko, and Dot. You always had them together. So they thought like it would be fair to not have them together as a group, kind of like the Powerpuff Girls. Like we wouldn't just put Blossom, like you'd have to put them as a trio. Same thing with Huey, Louie, and Dot.
Okay, I mean I'm for the DuckTales. I was just asking clarification.
Yeah. So some of these are groups, some of these are groups, and some of these, of course, like they come like of course, just a single. So, Keenan,
man, this is where it gets tough for me because Mr. Regman 26, he's kind of doing what I'm doing. Like I'm looking up some of these cartoons again, and this is technically 87. And so now I'm going like, what are we talking about? Because yes, it was for sure impactful for us for the 90s for sure. That's a fact. But would it be technically considered a 90s cartoon coming out in 80? It did 3 years. It didn't do 1 year. If it was like 89, I would give it fighting for the 99 or for the 90s. But since it had 3 years in the 80s to fight for its life. That would be considered more of an 80s cartoon, technically. By a technicality, I think it loses, in my personal opinion, for that reason. But if I was choosing out of these two from a versus standpoint, it would for sure be DuckTales. But from that technicality, I would have to just choose Animaniacs because one Brody song, that's correct. I remember that. That shit was in my for sure. So on a technicality, I'm going take 7. Animaniacs.
All right, so actually though, that shapes up a good point that also kind of interlocked us, and I'm kind of glad you caught that. That actually gives us to go to our audience because technically Keaton is right. It is, although they still labeled this as a 90s cartoon, it was technically started in 87. Kind of like the same thing with like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like they still count that as 90s, but it started, like you said, in the 80s. Right. So I will have to ask the audience, who will be moving on? Is it going off of the technicality, or are we sticking with just a vote? And we're gonna see what this audience says. They're debating.
Yeah, but like you said, you're talking about iconic off the theme song alone. DuckTales theme song might be top 5.
Yeah, come on, man. Animaniacs is still in there too.
Theme song wise,
it's not like it's
no, because you got to think how creative it is. Every single episode, they had their own. It's great. They had their own couch gag. They'd be like, they even remember they said they're totally insane, Pinky and the Brainy, and then they even took that January 6th moment. That one woman that got kicked out the Capitol building when they stormed the Capitol. Her soundbite was, "They pushed me out and they tased me." Someone matched that with Animaniacs, where it said, "The totally insane, Pinky and the Brainy. They pushed me out and tased me." And those are the facts.
That does not change the fact that the song is irritating.
That's what I'm saying. But that's how good it's an iconic theme song. I've seen the Animaniacs theme song memed in present day over the DuckTales.
But here's the thing. If like we was just in the car and I slapped on DuckTales, you might bob your head, sing along. And the Maniacs comes on, you can be like, cut that next song. Like
I would never say that. I would never say that.
You would think it. You don't want to say it out loud because you're that guy. But
I wouldn't say that out loud.
Because you're that guy.
I would say turn that up. Run that Animaniacs track back. Run that back.
Nobody.
All right. So although we do agree with the song, I am going to have to rule with like the crowd and my producer that's on here as well. They were like saying, yo, even though like, because some of these, it is a lot of stuff that's in the 90s. Some we had to put because they are more favorable in the 90s. But Kanan brought it up. Kenny brought it up, and the fact that eventually one of these was going to win. It was if it wasn't the 1999 argument, it's definitely this one because there's 3 more that are in these categories that also kind of had that same thing, but they got their hit in the 90s. But I am going to have to say because of that, we are going to have to DQ DuckTales and go with the Animaniacs because they did start in the 90s. I have to go with the Animaniacs on this one. And that's because crowd producers, everybody made their vote. It's like, hell, this is a debate.
To hurt my feelings.
It's all. First of all, there's women in here. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I said to hurt my feelings.
No, never to hurt your feelings.
Yes, you pick. You got to. This is like a show that's great for people who are a little bit more mature, that like don't favor having a good time when it comes to animation. A lot of these picks have been like bullied.
How's it been bullied?
We're making some solid sound decisions, and as a team, we not doing the right thing.
This ain't a team effort. This is your individual votes, and it all comes together on who did it. We ain't collectively deciding.
Yeah,
you deciding who you
I'm
like the
independent
most.
contractor right now, Callie.
Yeah, everybody's independent.
Yeah, I have a W-9 on this jump.
But your opinion matters. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the final group. These are a little bit older, slightly, and again, kind of on the edge of that 90s. And that is gonna be Cat Dog versus Courage.
I already know what y'all are gonna pick.
Well, Callie, would you like to go first?
I'm gonna go with Courage. But here's the thing. Cat Dog was such a wait. Hold on, before you start looking up the years, let me know now. Emotionally involved to destroy my life. We good on the years?
Here, let me check.
Keenan, we good?
Yeah, 98 Cat Dog. I think Courage is after that. I think Courage might be.
I think Courage is 99.
That's 99. Yeah, so they're both at the end.
I think that Cat Dog was just a very, very good cartoon. I mean, like the premise of a cat dog is just like so out the box. Like when you say, "Who am I putting on a t-shirt?" Most men are gonna put Courage, but only because they dripped him out in. But really, if you saying like, I just want something that's 90s, you got to pick Cat Dog. Cat Dog on on the cartoon Mount Rushmore, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Mount Rushmore. That
yes.
Like, just think about it. Like, it's gonna be such an interesting perspective because, like, it was just an entertaining show. Courage was scared, and it was our first trip of anxiety for a whole entire show. That wasn't a good time. I did not enjoy that. I don't even want to look back at it.
She ain't lying with that one. So you're you going with Cat Dog?
I'm going with Cat Dog.
All right. I'll go next. I'm also down with Cat Dog. From the intro to just how silly it was, Wilson and the hole and stuff like that, the updated Jerry. I'm just like, come on, man, like that was me. Because didn't Gilbert Godfrey talk as him? If memory serves me correct, like Gilbert Godfrey talked as the mouse. Like I love that show better than I think Courage would. Like Courage, I get why it has such a cult following and stuff like that, but I could tell the story of cartoons without Courage.
Yeah.
So that's.
I'm gonna go Cat Dog also. I think you can tell the story of 90s cartoons without Courage because even though it's 99, I consider that I didn't get into that show until the 2000s. Yeah. So Cat Dog.
No.
Well, yeah, like no.
World with a little cat dog.
So theme song was cool. You know what I'm saying? They went after it too. They was always scrapping and stuff like that, which was hilarious to me. So yeah, I mean, I just feel like Cat Dog to me. When I think about that, I do think of more of 90s. When I think of Courage, I don't think 90s at all with Courage. I just think of 2000s. You know, that's just so. Even though it's 99, I'm gonna give it to Cat Dog. Sorry to be technical people in the comment section like, nigga, you the lawyer? You putting the rules? Man, shut your ass up, man. All right.
Because that's the thing. Like we did, like you got a point though, because we did look and research a lot of these characters, and a lot of them, like especially like a lot of these websites, they consider them to be 90s cartoons. But like how you said, I'm definitely with the Courage. Like a lot of these feel like 2000 cartoons for me. Like I feel like I watched this in like 02 and that's when it started popping. But like I said, a lot of them consider these to be 90s cartoons. Even the same thing like you said, DuckTales. Because they even had Alvin and the Chipmunks on there. Alvin and the Chipmunks started in like 87.
So it's like that's the thing. It's like I feel like the biggest impact of DuckTales was the 90s. So that's why we consider it a 90s cartoon. It's not the impact wasn't in the 80s. It was in the 90s for sure.
Yeah. But also like the animation style of these two, it's just very clearly like that one was way more like a 2000s for Courage. Like it wasn't like, even though Cat Dog was a newer or like later in the 90s, it still was like 90s.
Yeah. Nah, I agree. All right, so we got 3 cat dogs. Brody.
All right. Yeah, Courage just doesn't make much of an impact for me. I mean, Cat Dog and Courage were both kind of the end of me watching cartoons and starting to watch Real World Hawaii. Let's see. As far as unique, I think the Cat Dog was definitely more unique. I mean, it's a cat, it's a dog, it's a cat dog. It's like, come on, man. That's the pitch is in the uniqueness. It's like that pitch meeting probably went just like that. They were at Nickelodeon and it was just like, hey, man. So I'm thinking this Cat Dog, and they were like, we're gonna give you 22 episodes. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? Premise sight unseen. They were like, yeah, we get it. They're like, only thing they didn't get was how they shit. But no one needs, everyone wonders that. You know, no one, we don't understand that.
To this day.
To this day, we don't know. Can you tell the story of either without them? I mean, I think for both these cartoons, you can tell the story of 90s cartoons without them. You know, I don't think either of them necessarily need to be on there. But if I was going to choose anyone or two, it'd be Cat Dog.
All right, so we got Cat Dog taking the win over Courage. Definitely like that because I didn't understand Courage the Cowardly Dog at all. Folks that did get it kind of seemed weird to me anyway. So it's just like, okay, that wasn't the crowd that I wanted to hang out with to begin with. So glad Cat Dog is moving on.
Yeah, Courage. Just like they had, like how you have commercials for Xanax during a cartoon.
I'd like to go back to my statement about the show being designed to not make me feel good. Does that make me feel great? Yes.
Courage?
No, us picking Cat Dog together.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, good. I'm glad we all could come to an agreement.
High fives and nobody high fived me back. That's crazy. What are you doing, Keaton?
What the fuck was that?
Keenan's still worried about COVID. Keenan out here like, hey, man.
This bump you to the screen.
There you
go. It's like the new normal.
All right, y'all, and that's it. That is it for this second bracket of the first round of cartoons, and we are definitely, thanks to Keita, going to go in and we got a little bit of elimination to do because now that we've gotten a little bit, we're going to do the impact that it had. So even if it is 99 or if it's 97, where the impact was, that's what we'll keep in mind. So like I say, always add to these stuff. So I appreciate you even letting us know that, Keenan. That's a good thing to be able to add to these debates. So that is much appreciated. But that's it for this one. So as we know so far, we got Ren and Stimpy moving on. Tommy Pickles is going on to the second round, as well as Wolverine, TJ from Recess, Peter Griffin, Pikachu, Cat Dog, and of course Yakko, Wacko, and Dot are heading on to the second round for the 90s cartoon Mount Rushmore. So I just want to know how are y'all feeling after this selection process?
That's fair. I mean, even the ones that I didn't agree, like I didn't pick, like TJ from Recess, like I wasn't fighting him on that. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I understood it completely. So I have no issues.
Yeah, I'm not upset that like Sailor Moon's not up there.
Because you watched it so much, right?
You didn't win.
Because you watched all the episodes so much, man.
Name two other characters.
Sailor Venus, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Mercury retrograde.
All right, man.
Sailor Dan. Is there a Dan? Lieutenant Dan.
Kelly, how were you feeling after this?
Taylor May.
I just low key want to hang out with someone who hasn't seen any of these cartoons that I like and want to watch them experience them for the first time. Because I knew that the criteria was here, but I just thought a lot of people were going to lean more into their feelings. But it's fine. I'm cool with all the picks. They make sense.
She hate that Ren and Stimpy pick. That threw her whole episode off. That after that, she looked at all of us different. She looked at all of us different.
She disliked us a little bit more.
Yeah.
It was already there, but she you know what? Solidified. I do dislike it. Yeah.
Yep. It declined just a little.
Violent, but Animaniacs, I love that violence. Yeah.
Wholesome violence, as she calls it. No,
love you, Callie. You know I got love for you.
Yes, indeed. But I don't want to take up too much more of y'all time. I appreciate y'all being on here. But before we get out of here, I always like to let my audience know where they can follow you, where they can support you, so y'all can keep doing the dope things that y'all love and keep being the dope individuals that y'all are. We're gonna start with Brody, Keenan, go to Callie, and then I'll close this thing out. Brody, the stage is yours.
Yes, indeed. It's Brody the Joker, Brody the Joker on all social media platforms. And if you are in the Los Angeles area, I'll be hosting at the Laugh Factory this coming Thursday. February the 8th. The Laugh Factory, pull up. It's gonna be a good time.
Yes, indeed.
Thank y'all. Follow me on everything. Keenan Baker, KEENAN Baker on all platforms. Like I said, Bonfire Stories once a month, free wine when you buy a ticket. Link in the bio. If you're in the LA area, it's normally in downtown LA. So hit my link if you want to get through. I gotta head out, but yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you here, bro. Peace. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's Callie Scott. You can find me everywhere at Callie Scott, LikeKalliScott. If you are in the LA area on Thursday night, I have a show every Thursday in Koreatown at Fountain LA at 8:00. Come out. We're doing some crowd work and having a good time.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all make sure y'all follow them. Pull up, support, especially if you're in the LA area. Pull out. Titties will still be out at the show, but you got to pay for that. See, y'all got it for free today. You got to go pay to see the cleavage and get some laughs. All right. Sometimes you only get one or the other, but you get both when you go to Cali show. All right. And the same thing with Brody.
Promo. I'm gonna need to clip that. Somebody clip that.
I got you. But yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all support my guests, follow them, support them, man. Fund their dreams to keep going so they can keep making y'all laugh and be entertained. And of course, follow me on Will Pharaoh. That's Will Pharaoh on everything, my YouTube, my Twitch, X, I guess, and Instagram and TikTok. And as well, follow the Arcade Tokens on our Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. And check out more episodes of Straight Outta Comic Book and Geek Blasphemy. We appreciate y'all coming through here on this Saturday. Thank you for spending some time with us. Go outside, be safe in that weather, and do something dope for yourself. And we will catch y'all next time.